sophistication, or how do I put this now? How do I construct a sentence? How unsophisticated their weapons are. I'm talking about the military now in the fight against Boko Haram, and how it was a challenge for the military officers to, tackle Boko Haram, and how their officers were going down in numbers as a result of the unsophisticated weapons that they lacked. At the time, he was seen as a villain. Why was he seen as a villain? Now, remember, the narrative at the time was Boko Haram is being battered from all fronts. And don't get me wrong, the military is doing all that they can to make sure that Boko Haram becomes a thing of the past. But then again, at the time, there were one or two people from, the war front coming out to say, see, guys, we are demoralized. The government won't even give us the proper weapons. The government won't even give us the right materials to go and fight a fair fight. And all of these things were happening. And every time they tried to speak, the government would try to suppress them. Oh, my. So Major General Adeniyi is his name. Major General Adeniyi is his name. And he came out with a video one time, and now he has been court-martialed. He has been court-martialed for coming out to say the same thing now that Lai Mohammed is saying, that the reason why Boko Haram is still a thing is because, well, Wilson is holding the microphone.
No,
you are the reason.
Good afternoon.
You are the reason.
I really, I had myself.
First of all, you are the reason.
Okay.
Accept.
Okay.
All
right.
Thank you.
Sorry to Lai Mohammed. I mean, after technically defeating Boko Haram, all of a sudden there's, skirmishes here and there. There seem not to be coordinates with, the things we said earlier. Once again, our sincerest apologies for all that.
Are you apologizing on behalf of Nigeria?
I mean, just in case people who thought like me that we technically defeated. So, sincerest apologies, my fellow Nigerians.
Okay. Interesting.
All right. When I read the headline, right, on the cases...
Which of them?
There are lots of them.
Okay.
The president coming out to say that he would make sure that the military is on top of their game for the billionth time this year. Lai Mohammed coming out to also state that the reason why terrorism is getting a headway is because we lack so many things.
No, not so many. Sophisticated weapons.
Okay, so, one of the many things, we lack sophisticated weapons.
And the world will not give us. They are not supporting us. And that is why we are. And that we cannot do anything about it. Yes, that is what it is. But did you see the court-martialing of Major General Adeniyi?
We talked about it one time. I don't know if you remember.
It was a rumor then, but now it's in the open.
No, the thing is, you remember when we talked about it and we asked the question, is it wrong for him to have come out and, express the plight of the military at the time? He didn't say anything to... deteriorating, especially for the military. Right. He didn't come out to say that we are the worst in the world. He didn't come out to say that. He
was only pleading. He
simply just expressed the plight of the military, as simple as that. And then we asked the question, if there is a possibility that he's facing disciplinary actions, then why?
Because I want to think anyway, Trace, even though I'm very emotional about this very one. I want to think that there are channels at which you can, or by which you can, make your grievances known to the authorities of the military.
Now, let's put some things in perspective. Let's start off from the fact that it is not the first or the second time where we've had young military men who come out in videos that apparently leak, expressing their plight again. I don't know. I don't know, but we've seen those leaked videos, like supposedly. Now, and that's not once. We haven't seen it just once. We haven't seen it just twice. We've seen it a couple of times, you understand, recurrently. And then we've had cases where, Paul Eneche would slightly make us understand really what's going on, when he comes out to say that, at some point we sort of need more support from the government and support of the people as well, because they always add the people alongside that so that it doesn't look like the whole blame falls on the federal government. And now Lai Mohammed is coming out to express the same plight that for over months now, these people have been expressing and have been getting refutal from the presidency.
All right.
And I'm wondering why. You remember the Sultan of Sokoto had come out to mention that what we are hearing in the media, it's an underreporting case, which simply means that insecurity has in no way abated in the north.
All right.
So it then simply means that the government is hiding the true case of insecurity in the north, which is a shame.
All right.
Because now the people do not really know what to expect and how to react when certain things, blow up out of the proportion that they show to us.
Okay, take a chill pill now. Take a chill pill. Sorry, what did you eat before coming in?
I read this and it made me go haywire.
You're haywire. Should I call psychiatric hospital? All right, let's move on now. I saw another report. But by the way, Gabashe has come out to say he did not mean to be insensitive. He only was trying to explain that those guys could have taken permission from the military before going
to the farms.
Yeah.
Yesterday when we saw that, I still went on to follow a lot of persons reports quoting the tweets and all of that, and I noticed that a lot of people now think that people speaking on behalf of the presidency seem to lose or have lost touch with sympathy to the people that they're supposed to be serving. That is the idea now going around, and that's wrong for the administration.
All right, let's move on now. Let's do some other political conversations. Let's go to IPOB.
Okay.
IPOB seems to be
the rave of the moment.
They seem to be making the news almost every minute. The trial, by the way, before I continue, mine has been found.
And oh, good God!
By the way,
I think yesterday evening and today has been a really interesting day. I asked the question one time. When he had the issue, right, and he was granted bail, with Ali Ndume coming out as a shorty. Now, wasn't his passport and security assigned to make sure, as the court had ordered, that he doesn't leave Nigeria?
It was in Niger Republic. In Niger Republic, you don't need passport. It's just like going from It's just like going from Indiama in Rivers State to Bayelsa State.
Again, my question.
Or from Bayelsa to Delta.
Not duly state that data should be always, security should always man this particular man, so that he does not leave the country.
Which border? Well,
how did he disguise himself to leave the country?
You know the funny thing?
Because I'm pretty sure that whoever, people at the border should know who he is.
Now, how did Alamesia disguise from London as a woman? What are we talking about? No. But anyways, I think the old Ali Ndume's arrest had an effect.
Of course.
Immediately he came out,
Maina was found.
It's
a good thing anyway. I do hope this time around, if he's granted another one, he shouldn't leave.
I think
he shouldn't leave. He wouldn't leave the country.
I think
himself and his son.
His son is the one that they will catch next, because if they catch the father, they'll catch the son.
Unless it's a snitch. You better not snitch.
Anyways, the reason why we brought up the Rashid, Kanu's trial is supposed to start. And his counsel is speaking, and his counsel is saying Kanu should not be expected in court until hearings on why the military invaded his home is conducted. Do you think that, remember yesterday we talked about IPOB and how slowly their image is, currently going down, gradually going down. Slowly they are becoming what the federal government has tagged them, which is the terrorist group. I think that's what they were prescribed as. And yesterday we asked the question, what can they do to ensure that they don't lose the sympathy of the people who support them, and that they can gain the sympathy of those who probably do not understand what they are doing. And here's such a platform, an occasion that presents itself that can be used, to launder the image of IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, in case you don't know what that means. And here's the case. And then I'm thinking in my head, should Nnamdi Kanu be out there in courts defending his integrity, defending his his group as IPOB, defending himself. He's been accused of committing treason. Should he not be out there, or should he be on the run? Oh, I mean, when I say on the run, I mean he who has nothing to hide should not be running. I mean, that's not what I mean. But what I mean is, the army went to his house until they are able to know why they were in his house. Then maybe he can then come and answer. By the way, many people have questioned his character. We've had Masari Dokubo question his character. We've had, other IPOB members. I'm trying to remember.
Who's the person who signed surety shift for him? I can't remember because
Abaribe.
Yeah, Abaribe. And when Aline Dume was arrested and remanded, there was calls that Abaribe should also be remanded.
Yeah.
So maybe if Abaribe is remanded, maybe they may be able to find. No, but here's the thing. The essence of the court trial, isn't it, is to prove whether or not you're guilty or innocent. And if you're innocent and you have enough to prove, and according to them, they have the world watching, to see what's really going on and how Nigeria is treating them as a group, then maybe he should come home and prove his case.
All right, you had Wealth Wilson, come home. Come home. All right, let's move on now. Let's look at another story, and let's see what the newspapers have for us. Okay. Why Buhari is keeping service chiefs Garba Shehu? Why Buhari is keeping service chiefs coming from Garba Shehu? Now, I'm going to read this one. Garba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, says the clamor for the sacking of service chiefs is out of place. Underline the word, rather the phrase, out of place. We're going to be doing English classes.
Emphasis on out of place.
This is comprehension now. For those of you now, I want to teach you English, yeah? So the phrase out of place, underline it. Now, according to Shehu, the President has the prerogative to appoint or sack any of the country's service chiefs, adding that the President keeps the service chiefs as long as he's satisfied with their performance. Underline the clause, satisfied with their performance. We're doing English now, please. The Punch had earlier reported that the horrific killing of at least 43 rice farmers at Zaba Mari in the Jere local government area of Borno State last Saturday sparked fresh call for the sacking of the country's service chiefs. Now, reacting to the call by several Nigerians who also want the president to rejig the country's security architecture, Shehu said the decision to sack or retain any of the service chiefs is entirely the president's, and nobody's arguing. But the president, if I remember, correct me, Wealth, is also to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians, and that means he's answerable to Nigerians, just as the security chiefs are answerable to the president and can only be removed by the president. So also, is the president answerable to the people and can also only be removed by representatives of who? The people.
Now, here's the thing, right? As I said, every single time we have an uproar or the people wanting or demanding something from the government and it looks like it's out of reach by the government, they come out to tell us that it is in their prerogative to decide whether or not that happens. And this is not the first time. Again, this is not the second or even third time that people, and including representatives as well, have demanded for the sack of the service chiefs. And this is also not the first, second or third time that the government or presidency comes out to tell us that it is in nobody's place to tell the president what to do with the service chiefs because he may likely be impressed with what they are doing. But the question is, now that he is impressed with what they are doing, now from what we see, are we as the people whom he represents, are we impressed by the decision he is making and what they are doing? That's where the issue is. That's what governance is all about.
Wait. Let's just stop criticizing and look at it.
No, it's not criticizing.
Let's look at
it's not criticizing. It's analyzing now, Abby.
Well, I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
I understand the sarcasm now. Let's look at the glasses are full. What do you mean? We took some of them into amnesty. We rehabilitated some of them. We reintegrated some of the Boko Haram insurgents. That's progress. We technically defeated them on several occasions. That's progress.
Okay. We should take that back because, okay.
That's progress.
They said it so.
That's progress. I mean, think about it. So maybe the service chiefs are doing very well, but you see, these naysayers, these people who are always,
looking for how to point
mongers, wailers, are always
accusing
wailing
finger at the government.
Yes. You see, that is why Femi Adesina will say, be coming down. Be coming down. Be coming down.
Don't be too haughty with the government.
No, you cannot be small. These people, they do not even take clearance. Why did they go there? Now, why did they go there? Did they take clearance before they went there?
No, but really think about it.
Think about it. You cannot just be, every time shouting. Government did not do. You cannot. But sometimes you calm down. Calm down.
Relax.
I don't know that one. I don't know that one. But you see, I'm thinking. What can the service chiefs really do at this point? If I were the one, I will honorably resign. Honorably.
The truth is, if I were also part of the service chiefs by now, I don't tire.
Wait. Let me ask you a question.
I wouldn't wait for the president to now decide that, okay, they've talked too much, I am able to go.
Imagine every day you're on the microphone here, somebody calls in and say, wealth must go. Canada must go. And then you come the next day, wealth must go.
If the person has good reasons.
No, not one. You don't get it. Not one person.
Okay.
Everybody who calls him.
Okay.
Everybody. The only people who are supporting are Annie and Buchi and Wisdom and Emeka. The other people are, wealth must go. Canada must go. Me, I will leave you around.
See, I see it in other countries. I do see this happen in other countries where, the people clamor and the government seeing that it is now out of their hand, or the people are now too haughty for them to come, they leave. Right? Now, that is to show how honorable a person is with his position and responsibility.
Right.
Now, the sole reason why you're put into that position is for you to be able to deliver good governance and be accountable to the people as well. Now, when that is not the case, then apparently you're not hitting the goal, isn't it? So you leave. Let someone else try.
Right.
Now, if the service chiefs have seen the clamor by some Nigerians, even the Senate one time had asked that the service chiefs be removed, right?
They're still standing on it.
They're still standing on
Senate
it.
Spokesperson said something.
And then you notice that there's too many issues around. Now, we cannot see, or we see little or no changes from every time that we clamor that you leave because of a certain thing. Then what are you there doing?
All right, then.
What have you achieved? That means your best is not good enough. Then devise some other means.
All right. But by the way, this is not part of conversations, but I'm going to put it out there. Today is World HIV/AIDS Day. For as many of you who body they sweet, please use condom. I'm just going to put that out there. But let's move on to other conversations now. Let's see. Have you gone through the different stories, emanating from the Rivers State?
I've seen quite a few.
Judicial Commission of Inquiry.
Of course.
But then again, I saw something and that caught my attention, and that was from Lagos State's own version of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry and all of that. And it is that Lagos State has come out to say that they don't have the power to, to penalize,
prosecute.
Thank you very much. That's the word I was looking for. Prosecute the military. Then I'm now asking my question. What is... You didn't play when you were young, man. You didn't play when you were young. But anyways, I'm wondering, what then is the use of the whole panel of inquiry? Because I'm also thinking, imagine all the stories that we've heard from Rivers State concerning the Judicial Commission of Inquiry, and if none of them is prosecuted, then yet again, what is the need of all of these hearings?
Who set up the Judicial Commission of Inquiry?
The president ordered, because now according to the law, the president cannot set up a commission of inquiry in a state. So he had to do it in collaboration with the state.
Now he worked together with the IGP, the police commission, to set up this particular panel, isn't it?
In the states.
I know, but I'm asking the question, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, if in in the states, that panel is able to deduce or get evidence that somewhere somebody's petition is, good enough to be tried. Now, I think what they should do, if it's not in their jurisdiction to be able to prosecute, then maybe they should be able to send the case to a proper court of law.
All right.
Just maybe.
Just maybe, right? Because I'm also thinking a proper court of law can also not prosecute the military. I'm also looking at it from that angle as well. I don't really know the legality and the legalese and all of that, but...
So are we going to be leaving the prosecution to the military in itself?
I think there's a system, there's a way it works, and that's why the military would first of all court-martial the fellow, and then if it means expelling the fellow and then hand him over to... I think it is done in a particular way. So it's going to really be very difficult. But maybe we could take them to the International Criminal Court. I'm wondering that could work.
Okay.
I'm wondering, but I stand to be corrected. I really do not know what it is, but we've seen situations. I give you Wadume's, the kidnapper. That situation. We saw where the military officers have been shielded, and even what's his name, AGF, Attorney General, has come out to say, see, we are waiting for the military. So for even the federal government to be waiting for the military, then you know that just maybe. But we wrap things up now. We wrap conversations up now. Let's see. Do we have any more stories? Well, you don't want to show me that $1 is 500 naira now.
Oh dear.
Were you the one showing me yesterday?
Yes, please.
Okay, I was trying to remember where I saw that news. I saw it on Wells' phone, so don't say I gave you fake news. 27 minutes gone past the hour. Wealth Wilson, Canada in the studio. Today's hustle on Today95.1 FM, the voice of the people. Yes, your premium talk radio station. It's time for us to open the phone lines and allow you air your views on the issues we have reviewed. It's good to be strong. Yesterday, I was very down, very tired. So many things doing me all in one period or all at the same time. But look at me now. All right, 0817-000-0951 and 0810951091. Text messages to the number 0701-933-9962. I just realized that I've lost my system of control in the last 6, 7, 8 months. I remember when I used to be very hard on you guys, and 2 minutes was 2 minutes, and so we're going back to those days. So you just go straight to what you want to talk about, and 2 minutes it is. All right, then let's find out who we have here. 95.1 FM, lost that call. You call back 0817-000-0951 and 0810-951-0951. Let's find out who we have here now. 95.1 FM.
Hello, 91.1 FM.
No, not 91.8. 95.1 FM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't try to
greet
make me.
We
greet you right back. Sometimes the English has to be greet you back.
How are they?
We're good.
All right, we thank God for that.
What's your name?
And this issue at hand. Yes, I'm Deacon Fred, calling from Oyibo.
All right, happy new month. Happy new month to you, Deacon.
All right. To my brother.
All right.
To you all.
All right, welcome.
The issue at hand, about the killing, the security issue, about the killing of the farmer at Boronu. In fact, this issue of this service chief where Buhari appointed, I don't know whether they take vote, say they negotiate each other until they go finish their tenure. In fact, this can't entire me. Until they go kill every person finish. Before this man will wake up.
No, he's not. You can't say
President Buhari.
Maybe that's not the motive.
Against Boko Haram is fight against the North.
He's doing his best. He's doing his best.
Say they are aware of all this thing that is happening. Anyhow we stop, President will not listen because it's their plan.
No, we can't say it's their plan. No, we can't say that. But we can't say that actually. Yes, it's too much, but we can't say it's their plan. But thank you nonetheless for calling in. I mean, it can't be their plan to kill. I mean, it can't be his plan to kill his own people because he's also from the north. Who is he going
to lead?
He's also from the north. Well, I remember I said Happy New Month. Today the month is her birth month, so she's all over the place. 18th, right? You think I'll forget? So you're all over the place and you're showing yourself. Relax there.
Okay.
Be coming down.
95.1 FM. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Wells. Greeting.
Good afternoon, Lawson.
Yes, well, I've been listening. Seriously, let us get one thing clear. There is a difference between conventional war and asymmetrical war. There are two different things. America till today, you see, when they say Boko Haram is technically defeated and all that, you understand? There is no front where Boko Haram is fighting anymore. They used to hold territories and all that. The soldiers have cleared that. Boko Haram have switched to asymmetrical warfare. Till today, not even America, France, in fact, Europe as a whole, nobody has been able to stop asymmetrical warfare. The terrorists, America is still fighting terrorism till today.
In American soil?
Anywhere, even
wait now. Go and try the non-conventional war in American soil and see what happens. You can't even try it in the first place because you'll be traced down.
Americans, even under Donald Trump, has been attacked by terrorists.
Now you're not getting the point. Nobody, no country is fail-proof, so to say. But when you attack, you are traced down and caught. We've seen it in Germany, we've seen it in Belgium, we've seen it in France, we've seen it in the UK, we've seen it in America. In America,
we saw 9/11. If something like 9/11 can happen in America, you go back and check that.
Was Bin Laden not caught? Was Bin Laden not caught?
That is what I am saying. Bin Laden was caught, but at the end, at the end.
But you're not getting it.
America has also killed.
Have the Americans not been able to take the war to their terrorists?
Their territory, as a matter of fact.
Is the Nigerian military not taking the
If we are taking the war to these terrorists, how come they are walking around, according to the Sultan, without interruption?
That's what I'm saying.
So we are not taking the war to them. It's as simple as it sounds.
No, you have to take. See, al-Baghdadi was killed by Americans. Does that mean that ISIS has ended? Even if you kill, there are others. They raise soldiers.
You're not getting the point. See, listen. When you make reference to these other international communities, I have a problem with that, and this is the reason. In an American soil, a terrorist cell cannot survive for so long. Don't get me wrong. Wait. But we are seeing, we've seen it.
No, even the Americans themselves. Don't forget there are Muslims in America.
Muslims are not terrorists. Muslims are not terrorists. There are Muslims in Nigeria. There are Muslims in the UK.
There are Muslims all over.
Everywhere. So what are we saying?
Good. We know that Osama bin Laden was a Muslim. Al-Baghdadi was a Muslim. I'm not saying it is a Muslim thing, but I'm telling you that even the American citizens themselves can go against their government. So, hello.
Go on.
Yeah, so what we are fighting is, see, Canada, if I come to Today FM, you won't even know if I am looking at you. You won't even know if I'm monitoring you. You won't even know if I'm following you. It's what you don't understand.
What we are simply saying is that the government should match the force of these terrorists, the bandits and insurgents, together with the military. Now, if you have good intelligence, it will be easy for you to at least reduce the situation to the barest minimum. And we're not seeing that happen, because if the Sultan again comes out to say that there is under-reporting with insecurity, it then means that we are not matching this for our words. And it's as simple as it sounds. I get where you're arguing
when
from.
When the military comes out and say they killed 40 Boko Haram members, the media don't seem to carry. The media seem to carry only the one Boko Haram is doing.
Do we not talk about the fact that we have the military defeating or ambushing or even sometimes sacking these people from communities? We carry a lot of this. But then we're saying that if we have the ability to he's still here.
Thank you very much, Lawson. Thank you very much.
He's still here, and I don't have that strength to argue.
You have been arguing?
No.
Birthday month.
I ain't got that strength.
All right, then. 95.1 FM. Lost that call. But see, the truth is, I understand where Lawson is coming from. Terrorism is still, plaguing most parts of the world. But you cannot say America is still fighting. I mean, imagine how it was September 11. When was it again? 2000 and what? I can't remember the year now. And we saw, the bombing of the the Twin Tower and all of that stuff. And then you see the way America swung into action. And even though the terrorists were no longer in their soil, they went to their hideouts. Now, do you know where they caught Osama bin Laden? Not even in his country. He was hiding in another country. They went on an undercover operation. And no offense to the Nigerian military. It's just because of what Lawson was saying, and it really got me there. Really got me there. Come on now. If we're serious, we would have dealt with that. 95.1 FM.
Man of the people.
Gift from Yenegua.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gift.
Good afternoon. Canada, forget about that argument. Nobody can try that in America. Who are you?
I'm Canada.
You have 40 years, Canada. Nobody on planet. You cannot.
Never say never, Sha. Never say, you never would know.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
Osama bin Laden that was performing that, it was the same Israelis and Americans that were using him. You understand? He was part and parcel of the system.
Yes, he was.
But immediately this man went out of his way. Americans find out this same person and brought this man down at the end of the day. Whether you call it 2001, September 11,
2001,
which is the 9/11,
yes.
At the end of the day, what happened to that? You cannot try that in America. Who are you? They will search for you. They will bring you out. They will expose you, and they will kill you.
I mean, America is fighting. Not that I'm praising the American military and all of that over the Nigerian military. America is fighting terrorism in other countries. Not one, not two, not three. Several countries.
The plan is to go because they don't want a situation where it will escalate from your country to their own country. You understand? That is why they are spreading this net outside America to assist the whole world. The reason why these people are reluctant in Nigeria, it is because of the elites in Nigeria. They've complained this over and over. A situation where you will tell Gift, please don't tell anybody where I'm keeping this share. Allow this share to remain there because it's for a purpose. And you will insist why. This person will explain to you, then at the end of the day, you will leak this information to the terrorists and you expect these same people to come and assist you. That is why they refuse to assist Nigeria. Are they not Lake Chad? They are there. But a country like Nigeria, they are not here with us.
All right then.
Nobody should come and argue that. Don't try it to.
All right, Gift. All right, Gift.
Gift be coming down, Gift. 95.1 FM. What's your name? Where are you calling?
Hello, Canada. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is Timothy. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
This is who?
Timothy, I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Very welcome there. Welcome.
You had time to go to know the state and the fight. See those farmers, the slaughter in Toronto. You see, where there is no security, they live where there is no security. Send Operation Python down from the crocodile man. You got the military present in the northern area. They are thinking they are securing their place and to scatter the tactics and attack, which is very wrong. See the citizens with how they kill them, and since that very day, no service chief has been attacked. Mr. President, he said, which person will go to shop? But today when they start them, you can promise when they want to go to say, before 2 months, let them give them time. If not, let them send the JTC government for road. Now, this is the hard time. Nigeria used to say, what we just send them for road, then begin to say Nigeria used are terrorists or this one, they are flotters, which is very wrong.
All right,
the government are not doing well. Let us secure the life and property because that is the goal of office for themselves.
All right. And when you talk about securing lives and properties of citizens, you are right. That is the oath they swore, on the first day of office, when they were being sworn into office. All right, 95.1 FM, what's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Yeah, Salada, good afternoon.
KSB, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Hello? You there? Hello? All right, I think...
Yeah, Salada, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Hello?
All right, I think we're having network issues there.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can
Yes,
hear
we can
you.
hear you.
Can
Go
you
on.
hear us?
Can
Can you hear me?
All right then.
All right, I think it's a network issue there. Sorry about that. You can call us back. The phone line that is again. Let's read some text. Okay, 95.1 FM. What's your name?
Hello?
Yes, what's
Good
your name?
afternoon.
Yes, well, happy 18th in advance.
I think I've leaked it. You're welcome, Prince Andy. Prince Andy,
God bless you.
Yes.
God bless you. God bless you. Happy New Month.
Same to
Happy
you.
New Month to you.
Yeah. Let me talk about the panel. I think Weston and the brother has dealt with the security challenges. So let me come in with the panel.
Okay.
As an issue, I have made my stand that nowhere our constitution did not empower any panel to, bring anybody to book. That is why I said even after the complaints, even after the people waste their transport fare, who spend money, bring people for witness, do photocopies, and at the end, no consequences for those who were supposed to ordinarily be behind the bars. So it's just a waste of exercise. Let me take you out of this current panel. Go back to the panel of the EFCC between Godswill Akpabio and Joy Nune. What came out? It was nothing.
NDDC you meant?
Yes, NDDC, sorry. Look at that of the one in the House of Rep, the one they consider in the House of Rep, involving Chris Indige. He went there to say these people are mushy boys, these ones are VI and all the rest. And today it ended that way. The panel is like a toothless dog. It would have been better even going to court, prove the people guilty, they pay the fine and they go, than setting up a panel. It's just a waste. I pity those persons filing report upon report, bringing witness upon. I went there myself. I know what is going on there. I mean, it's just a waste of resources. This is not the best way. It's condemnable. I think the best thing they should do now is to put it off. It's not going to help anyway. They have no power to give anybody any charge or place anybody behind bars for any reason. I mean, there's no consequences for the SARS officers who have over the years,
Prince Andy, now that you brought up the NDDC matter, what do you make of the fact that, I mean, after they went on that recess and they were supposed to talk about it after the recess?
I mean, I'm out here waiting for the result because
there's
no conclusive result.
Wealth is waiting for the result.
They have given all of them amnesty, even our professor. All of them.
They've given them
No. We can't say that. That's an allegation. That's too big an allegation. You can't
charged and acquitted these people. No case to answer.
That's an allegation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, Prince Andy.
End with that allegation. They're very big allegations. Say they're giving an amnesty. I mean,
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming. I don't want to be in problem.
All right.
95.1 FM. I lost that call. You called back. Amnesty. Wow. But on a very serious note, I think, remember after the off your mic incident, then we saw Femi Gbajabiamila step into the scene, and then he said, you know what, we're going to be stepping down the probe and all of it, and they're going to go for a recess. When they come back from the recess, that they were going to conclude the matter, and they went for the recess, and it looked as if the probe is still on the recess, but they have come back from the recess. So I don't know, maybe when the probe comes back from the recess, or maybe the honorables are thinking it's probably an honorable thing to do, to allow the forensic auditors audit the books of the NDDC, and then maybe from there they'll allow the EFCC do whatever that they are supposed to do. But then what do I know? Let's go back to the phone lines. 95.1 FM.
Hello.
Yes.
Akalada.
Yes, welcome.
John from Port Harcourt.
John from
You're
Port Harcourt, welcome.
Yes, I want to talk about the insecurity, the killings, the farmers in the north, in Borno.
Right.
You see, this matter, I've been listening to comments and contributions this morning. But in all that we have said, all that people have been saying is just to blame the government, blame government. But I looked at the statement of Garba Shehu, and I come to realize that I think deep, and I've realized that these farmers also made a very big mistake. In a war-torn area like Borno State, the epicenter of this crisis, you are going to such an area without clearance from the military. It is very wrong.
Mr. John.
See,
Mr. John,
let me just
Mr. John, I want to ask you a question.
You ask me a question, yes.
somebody asked me the question yesterday. I'm going to ask it to you. Do you know that the 43 rice farmers were going to harvest on their rice farm? Do you know that?
Yes, they were going to harvest. I'm not doubting that.
How did they plant the rice?
Probably they must have been doing the right thing. But this time around, they decided to do it on their own.
Say what now?
Which is wrong.
What did you say?
The right thing is in a war-torn area.
They've been going to plant the rice and they've been telling the military, and then while they want to harvest, they forgot.
Of course, it's possible.
Okay.
It's possible. I say it's not possible.
All right then.
It's possible. Then.
Okay.
If they have done no, I'm not blaming the dead for this matter, but I'm trying to point out that in situations like this, people should cooperate with the military. Okay. You don't just do things because you can do it. It's our place, it's our village, it's our community. Nothing that happen. You go and you die, and the people, everybody is blaming the government right now, but they will not look deep. To look at this situation.
Can I also ask you a question?
Remember that
can I also ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay. Can I also ask you a question now?
Yes.
Now, do we also hear that a lot of these war-prone or terrorist-prone places have heavy presence of the military? Yes or no?
You cannot be everywhere at the same time, no matter the number.
Do they have heavy presence of the military in this area?
Have you been to Borno before? The size of Borno is bigger than 3 states.
Do they have heavy military presence in this area as stated by the government?
Sorry. You think we have enough military?
We don't have enough. We don't have enough military.
We don't have enough to cover the whole area at the same time.
Interesting.
So the truth is that the ones we have, before you go for such a dangerous mission, you have to take permit. You have to get a clearance.
All right then.
Not that. Well, I had an argument about America. Americans are not superhero the way people think about them here. Okay. We see gun battles, people pick up gun and shoot 20, 30, 40 in a hotel, or in a restaurant, they kill. Things happen everywhere. Everybody has their own type of problem, peculiar problems. So let us not stop demonizing our own country and praising a foreign country. Look at what is happening in the elections.
All right, then.
So these people should be patriotic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You see, I asked him a question and he didn't answer.
Wait.
The truth is, first of all, I have to... Let me make something clear. He mentioned that these places are terrorist-prone areas. So if we have major military presence, they are supposed to be in these terrorist-prone areas.
Interesting.
Not telling me that a place is a terrorist-prone area and then you send half of the battalion to guard half of it. Like, it makes no sense.
Remember Malafia? That caused the controversy at the time. NBC, DSS, the police. He made certain statements similar to what is happening right now. And I don't want to say he prophesied this, but it is looking more like it. But then again, like Wealth has said, when you say an area is prone, that means as a strategist, as a security strategist, the prone areas are where you want to concentrate your weaponry on. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, that's just common sense. And then John, you made reference to America where a man can pick up a gun and shoot 50 people. The man is arrested, Abi. In Nigeria, you wake up, you kill 60 people, and nobody knows who you are. They don't even know the identity of the person who did the shooting. Talk more of now starting to trace you.
Have enough intelligence to trace. And nobody's trying not to be patriotic. It's just, making mention of the...
Are you patriotic?
Fairly obvious. There are lots of text messages here.
Are you Nigerian?
I mean...
She's laughing.
I'm in Nigeria.
Let's read the text messages.
All right. This one coming from Melody Uniport says, Lai Mohammed is tired of the technically...
defeated narrative?
He said she says no wahala. Technically the truth is gradually coming out. Oh, okay. Sorry, Melody.
A man rather.
Sorry about that. The truth is, according to him, technically the truth is gradually coming out. On the service chiefs tell Shehu that the blood of the innocent civilians should not be sacrificed on the altar of the administration's selfish satisfaction. Okay. Kaladan Wealth, Wilson, good afternoon. I think Lai Mohammed and his likes should bury their faces in shame. It is enough of their deceit. All the monies that they are amassing through the blood of armless civilians of this country must hunt them. Okay. All right.
Let's end it there. Thank you.
Okay. The statement of the presidential spokesperson shows clearly the insensitivity of this government when it has to do with the lives of Nigerians. That's coming from Obi-O Okoji. This one says the statement of Shehu drums a hint that the Nigerian government and its military knows the exact position of Boko Haram and further contradicts their earlier statements that Boko Haram has been defeated technically. That's coming from Ovunda.
Ovunda, how? Even me did not see that conspiracy theory. How?
All right, this one says, at the core of most problems is a truth that is being denied.
Okay.
CY in LMA says the 7 chiefs were appointed by President Buhari, but were hijacked by 4 persons in charge of the presidency.
How did you know that?
You didn't even mention the 4 persons.
Are you part of the hijackers?
He didn't mention the 4 persons, at least.
He might be part of the hijackers.
At least he should have mentioned them.
His name?
All right. His name is the KKK Kilando. All right.
Look at the name now. DSS should find you.
All right. Ernest from Oji says, how has America been able to stop school shooting in their countries? There are still armed groups in America today like Antifa, White Proud Boys, and other Nazi group. Even Russia is still fighting crime. America is still fighting Afghanistan since 2001.
Crime and terrorism are 2 different things. And like I mentioned, there is no country that is crime-free.
But there are some countries that have been able to either take the war to the terrorists or at least reduce it to the barest minimum.
I mean, you shoot someone and in 6 hours, the identity of the person, where the person is from, where the person is schooled, who the person's friends are.
You get data immediately.
Wow. I'm angry.
Easy.
I'm
All right,
angry.
this one says insecurity in Nigeria is caused by incompetent governments. Godwin in Oyibo.
All right.
Says, good afternoon, Kalada and Wealth. Chima Ekonado murdered by police. No comment from Governor Wike. Daniel Ikeaguchi murdered by the police. No comment from Governor Wike. Many Nigerians were murdered by the army in Oyibo government. Governor Wike is...
Are we talking about Governor Wike?
That's what I'm trying to figure. Relish. Although the end... Okay, no. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
And to correct you, Governor Wike spoke on Slick's issue. The Daniel Ikeaguchi, he spoke on it. Even puts it on his Twitter handle just to mention that one there. But moving on.
This person says some American was kidnapped and brought into Nigeria. Americans deployed their troops to rescue just a soul.
Yeah, in Rivers.
And that was a done success.
Yeah, in Niger Delta area.
That shows the regards Americans have for their citizens. I don't know why.
I think that was last month. Yeah, last month.
Okay, he's talking about giving special attention to a caller. If you think that way, was sincerely sorry. Everybody gets the same attention. This one says it's a shame that GCFR and president of a nation who swore to protect lives and properties would sit at the comfort of his office and watch citizens being killed. And we can't say watch citizens being killed because we had him come out to talk about how more military presence will be deployed back there. And somebody was saying to some places, hopefully to all places this time around.
Canada is going, to Borno State.
All right. This one says, good afternoon. I'm Chris O'Chris. See what I've been telling you and Wealth, that Lai Mohammed should face war crime. Maybe those people followed Lai Mohammed's advice that Boko Haram was technically defeated. This one says, okay, Ernest. You need clearance from an army that escorts terrorists to return captured students in Dapchi. Even if they get clearance, will they accompany them to and fro to the farm every day when the army already claimed they are short of soldiers? That's coming from Samuel asking a question. Chiji in PH says the military are men like us. They cannot be everywhere and the number will never be enough. People need to be careful. All right, then. Thank you very much for letting us know that we should be careful. On WhatsApp, this one says, Kalada, some weeks back, Wells was talking about not knowing about the Biafrans.
When was that? Where was I? I was not on the show, right? Okay, I think I was not on the show.
I don't know.
I
talk about IPOB. I talk about IPOB and somebody say I don't know about the Biafrans. So that's so touching. All right, this one says Canada and Wealth. The issue, I'm done with the story now. The issue of insecurity is a problem the government can solve, but for reasons best known to them, they have refused to do so. Our borders and entry points up north are very porous, and it's a major factor in all this. You have foreigners from neighboring countries across in and out of Nigeria. Okay, cross in and out of Nigeria like no man's business. Also, we have very terrible intelligence gathering system in Nigeria. And can anybody please tell me what's happening with all the security votes our state government receiving? As for the service chiefs, while we clamor for their change, I strongly ask that we exempt the Chief of Air Staff, as he's been absolutely exceptional. The Chief of Air Staff is the best service chief and has made so much achievements in the Air Force since its creation, and that's coming from Emmanuel. Let's go back to
Emmanuel, are you saying we should remove the others and keep one?
And keep the
DS? I mean, it might be a solid point because, I mean, if you look at most of the victories recorded, usually they would have the assistance of the what do you call it now, the Air Force. The pilots will bombard and the scatter places, and you know how those things go, right? 95.1 FM, what's your name? Where are you calling in from?
My name is Johnson. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, Johnson from Port Harcourt, welcome.
If I were Mohammed's children, or especially his son, of which I will not be, I would have disowned him. It's not only father that disowned children, but I cannot bear that surname and have anything to do with Nigeria. Boko Haram technically defeated. Well, maybe one day they will go and track it to delete it from the air as they try to delete Obaseki, you are a winner, you have won. But it is not possible for them to delete. Where is the territory that the cultivators of rice were? Where were the Nigerian army, maybe in the village, enjoying brukutu and enjoying other drinks? Because Boko Haram, they are the ones that's supposed to be pursuing Boko Haram, not Boko Haram pursuing them in their territory. They should have been ahead of the farm, even very distant ahead, away from the farm, waiting for Boko Haram, than staying behind when the farmers are ahead. Were they not the people that ask the people that are in the camp to go back to their village that there is peace? After pregnanting their children, which was said to be indicted,
all right.
They now have not been indicted. It's a shame to this country.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling in. It's a shame, he said. It's a shame. Okay. All right. It's. I'm not the one who said it. Why are you laughing?
No, I just saw something.
What did you
see?
And
it's just very funny.
She
said, well, does not know how Biafran flags look. And I then looked at her and I was like, okay, she knows better.
But I actually don't know how. Okay, I do. I'm not going to fall for that trap. I do know how the Biafran flag looks. 95.1 FM.
Oh my God. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah,
good afternoon to you.
What's Wilson? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okwando Obinna is my name.
Okwando Obinna, welcome.
Yes, you see, on the services, I think it is the right of the president to sack them.
Of course it is.
And we should give him the benefit of the doubt. I think we are, as Nigerians, we usually forget where we are coming from. It was in this country that even Boko Haram was coming to Abuja to bomb.
Thank you for bringing this up. I mean, I'm very appreciative of the work done by the service chiefs, but since they were able to bring us out of Egypt, don't you think we should allow Joshua take us to the promised land?
My brother, this is not the issue of security is not a Bible parable. It is realistic. You face it with real issues. I think these men, the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He knows very well the reason why he is still keeping them. We were here in this country when, in the former administration of Goodluck Jonathan, service chiefs were changed like babies' diapers every minute, every hour. But it didn't solve the issue of insecurity. So for people to be hammering on removing the service chiefs as a solution to the insecurity in Nigeria, I think that is a wrong perspective that we are looking at it.
All right then, wrong perspective.
For me, yes, I think we should give the president he has the right to hire and fire.
Right.
Since he is satisfied with the activities of these services, let him continue to keep them.
All right, then.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much there. All right, it's time for us to go for the news update at 2. When we return, we will focus our antennas on River State as we look at the forthcoming local government elections.
All right, then.
How do we prepare? Calendar Wealth, stay tuned to Today 95.1 FM.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. News update.
Good afternoon. Here's the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Wealth Wilson. President Muhammadu Buhari has directed an increase in the number of NPower beneficiaries. President Buhari ordered the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development to increase NPower beneficiaries from 500,000 to 1 million. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Farouk, who made this known, said the order was part of the president's promise to lift 100 million Nigerians from poverty in the next 10 years. Farouk said the president also directed an increase in the number of beneficiaries of the homegrown school feeding by 5 million. The Rivers State House of Assembly has passed the 2021 to 2023 medium-term expenditure framework. This follows the request of Governor Nyesom Wike on the fiscal policy, which was read by the Speaker of the House, Ikonyi Owajibani. Ibani noted that the governor sought the approval of the House present the 2021 appropriation bill of 448 billion. Benue State Governor Samuel Otom has appealed to President Muhammadu Buhari to sustain the policy on the ban of rice importation and not succumb to any pressure. Governor Otom made the appeal in Markodi when the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, paid him a courtesy visit. He said the ban on rice importation remains a major milestone in the development of agriculture in Benue, adding that before now, when farmers cultivate rice, they were not able to sell even the cost of production, but today things have changed. The governor said many youths have ventured into rice farming, thereby solving the challenges of unemployment, just as he assured that with sustained policy of value chain in the sector, Benue had the capacity to produce the staple food for the country. The horrific massacre of 43 farmers in Borno State has re-echoed the call of the desperate need for state and community policing in the country. Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai made the emphasis while speaking in reaction to the spate of growing insecurity across the country. Governor El-Rufai, who said it is the responsibility of the National Assembly members to effect changes in the constitution, said Nigeria remains the only federated country where the police is still being controlled from the central unit.
No, we've always made the very strong argument that one centralized police in a federation does not work. Nigeria is the only country in the world that is a federation that has only one police force. We have made the argument that states should be allowed to have their own police, and even local governments should be allowed to have community policing. The number of policemen we have in Nigeria is inadequate. It's less than half of what we need, and a large percentage of them are engaged in non-police duties, like carrying the handbags of the wives of important people. We need to have a greater footprint of policing in Nigeria, and the only way to achieve that in a fast-track manner is to amend the Constitution and put policing and the concurrent list as recommended by the APC True Federalism Committee. I call on the members of the National Assembly to take our report, look at the bills that we've drafted and work on them and try to give us state police.
The Presidential Task Force, PTF, on COVID-19 has urged Nigerians to conduct usual Christmas festivals such as carol services this year. The Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and CDC, Chikwe Ihekweazu, stated this during the weekly briefing of the task force in Abuja. Ihekweazu said Christmas carol, travel, and other gathering during the festive season could turn out to be super spreaders of the coronavirus. Meanwhile, the NCDC last night announced 145 new cases of COVID-19 in the country. The new infections take the number of cases in the country to 67,507. On the foreign scene, South Korean President Chun Do-hoon received a suspended sentence of several months for defamation. The 89-year-old former detector was charged in May 2018 on charges of defaming Catholic priest and former democracy activist Cho Cho-young, who died in 2016, and wrongly calling him a liar in his memoir published in 2017. According to his own account, Young had seen gunshots being deliberately aimed at civilians from his helicopter when the 1980 demonstration in Gwangju were suppressed. Gwangju District Court sentenced Du Young to 8 months in prison with a 2-year suspended sentence. According to a statement from the court, the witness accounts of the helicopter gunfire, including those from Young, were considered credible. Chun, who led an authoritarian military regime from 1980 to 1988, and his successor, Rotuwo, who was convicted in August 1996 of a military coup in 1979, the bloody suppression of the democracy movement and corruption. And that was the news update on Today 95.1 FM. Do not forget, take responsibility. Wash your hands frequently with soap and running water. Avoid touching your face in high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. Once again, good afternoon. I am Wealth Wilson. Thank you for listening. Just stay tuned. Today's hustle continues.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
I am a proud Nigerian. I have been placed here by God for a time such as this.
The degradation, challenges, and problems faced by Nigeria are the perfect backdrop for me to develop and utilize my God-given potential.
I will not complain. I will not criticize. Rather, I will use my skills, gifts, relationships,
and experience to find long-lasting and revolutionary solutions to the many challenges confronting Nigeria.
Nigeria will rise again.
Because I am here, I will leave this nation
a better place than I met it. I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth.
I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth. So help me God.
Let me tell you how I got this far.
This message is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
Government tell us say police now our friend. I remember what my papa tell me. He say make I mind who I dey call my friend.
Young lady, you're under arrest.
Oga, for waiting now. What I do?
When you get to the station, you find out.
Hey.
Don't show, everybody don't jack out.
I say I know they follow you go anywhere.
Hey, you know they go anywhere. Go and ask about Officer Mark. You see, if I deal with you, nothing will happen. Nobody will question me. I will deal with you.
Oga, leave my clothes now. Waiting. You won't naked me. Oga.
Do you have 200,000?
200,000 for what now? Wetin I do where you want collect 200,000?
If you get to the station, you pay more than that.
200K for wetin? I don't get that kind of money. I don't get that kind of money. Oga, remember, you were once like us before you got into force. You have brothers and sisters like us in this society. The law says protect lives and properties, but what do we see today?
This life don't last forever.
Please remember, we have just one life. Why can't we live for one another?
Things will get better if you just hold my hand.
This message is brought to you from Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
This president's failed. It's about the future of this country.
We're going to take it back. We're going to take it back.
You asked us to vote you into that position so you can bring about that
solution.
So when you vote me, then you sleep.
Let me see if I can take another. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good morning.
Longer news that we are truly the voice of the people.
Am I not a slave in Nigeria?
I refuse if you're a slave.
Let's not get to that now. So the Nigerian constitution.
You spot the difference now?
Every day on Today 95.1 FM, there's always an opportunity to comment and air your views on our various programs. It's not just about us, it's about you, your opinion, and your voice.
President, don't you think that it's time to step down, sir?
Be part of the story, the gist, reactions, intrigues, and the news.
President Neil Patrick Harris has called for greater regulation.
Give us a feedback or join the conversation on Twitter at TodayFM951. Our Facebook address is Today95.1 FM, or join us on the number 0701 933 9962. That's our WhatsApp application. Be informed, be educated, and have fun. We are Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
This is today's hustle. One show that embodies objectivity. We raise the bar in examining the good, the bad, the sordid, everything that has to do with society.
In America, you buy a big house and you pay gradually for 30 years of your life. That is politics. In Nigeria, you carry all your salary and go and rent one room. Bad politics.
Everything that has to do with
You
society.
must negotiate. If we don't negotiate, when a man is pushed to the wall, he bounces back with double levels. We have been pushed to the wall.
The Hustle. Every weekday from
1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
on Today 95.1 FM.
This is today's hustle. One show that embodies objectivity. We raise the bar in examining the good, the bad, the sordid, everything that has to do with society.
In America, you buy a big house and you pay gradually for 30 years of your life. That is politics. In Nigeria, you carry all your salary and go and rent one room. Bad politics.
Everything that has to do with
You
society.
must negotiate. If we don't negotiate, when a man is pushed to the wall, he bounces back with double levels. We have been pushed to the wall.
The Hustle. Every weekday from
1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
on Today 95.1 FM.
Correct sound.
Listen, make I tell you. Things every day, babe. State of our country. Shame don't come take catch you. Giant of Africa. Zero school. Giant of Africa. No war. Giant You just want to jabba. You just want to jabba.
All right, Japa by what's the name again? I think Faithful Jodril from Myra's Empire Project. There, everybody wants to.
This thing I just said, we all just want to Japa.
Everybody wants to Japa. And in case you don't know what Japa means, Japa is a pidgin word that originated from Yoruba, from two Yoruba words, ja, which means to run, and pa, which is used to exaggerate any verb in Yoruba language. So, japa.
So, japa to where exactly?
Everybody wants to japa. And like, you can hear if you can hear the voice, everybody wants to go to the jand, so to say. Everybody wants to be janded. Okay. But let's, without wasting any more time, go straight into the conversation for today. 15 minutes gone past the hour of 2. And we want to take the report on the local government elections in Rivers State. According to the news earlier in the day, where is it now? Yeah. All is now set for the conduct of elections into the 23 local government councils in Rivers State next year, which is 2021, of course. And this is because the State Executive Council has approved the sum of 2.7 billion naira for the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISEC, for the conduct of the elections. Now, Commissioner for Information and Communications, Paul Anderson Serene, made this known while briefing newsmen after the weekly State Executive Council meeting presided over by Governor Nyesom Wike. And let's listen to the commissioner now.
The State Executive Council approved the budget for the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission to conduct the local government election for 2021. The approved budget for the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission stands at 2,747,251,405 naira 13 kobo. This will ensure that the local government election for 2021 is done in line with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right. This is going to be done according to the Constitution, so the Rivers State government is not breaking any laws. But Wealth Wilson, the reason why you and I should talk about this with many of Rivers people is because for so long a time, we have talked about the emancipation of our local governments. And what do I mean? Where local governments can get the required autonomy to go about, financial autonomy, so that they can have the muzzle to flex in terms of certain projects. They can have the muzzle to flex in terms of carrying the people along. Because according to government, the third tie of government is the grassroots government that is closest to the people. And you and I, on a very number of occasions, have talked about how it is very important to get government, right at that level.
The truth of the matter is that we have on several occasions, yes, in fact, talked about the local government and the need for the local government to be autonomous financially, to be able to deliver, these grassroots projects. I mean, we keep talking about community roads, healthcare system, deteriorating, depleting, dilapidated year in and out. And we notice that in some places, not just Rivers State, in some places, the local government does not have the ability to control its resources. It is purely dependent on what the state government feels or deems fit for them.
Yeah.
And then we've asked the question, when are we going to really see that financial autonomy for the territory of government? Because it is not just the federal and state government that we have. We also have the federal government. And if the local government. And if the local government is not financially autonomous, then why create that tier of government if you're not going to let it perform its duties?
And you see, yet again, Wealth, why this conversation, you're absolutely correct, but why this conversation yet again is very important is because, as we have established, this tier of government or tier of government is the closest to the people, and it must, be well structured, for the people to enjoy the dividends of democracy. But you see, the word structure has come into the mix now. And of course, the national conversation has been restructuring. But how can we get restructuring right if we don't go back to the very foundation of government, which is the local government, and get it right? How do we get it right when, the local governments, that we are looking at, it's been controlled by state, not just in River State, it's been controlled by the state government in terms of funding, even who the electoral system is controlled by the state government. And so whoever the state governor deems, you know how we do in Nigeria. Nigeria is a place where politics is, a game of who knows who. So you want to say something?
And also coupled with the speculation that the people now, the grassroots people now feel that it's not even now a matter of election. It's now a matter of whom the government feels would be most loyal that they appoint or let fill up that space. And that's why we see little or no resistance half the time from them in terms of wanting their own autonomy in terms of leadership and government in their states.
So I'm thinking the elections are coming forth, local government elections in various states, and number one, the people have to be very, very much part of it. They need to participate so that the narrative begins to change. I understand that the restructuring would also have to affect. I'm thinking maybe INEC should be the one in control. INEC itself is not even independent enough, in my own opinion. But I'm thinking in my head, how do we get it right? Elections is 3 months away from now? They're about 1, 2, 3 months away from now. How do we get it right? How do we change the narrative? And the reason why I'm asking that question is because His Excellency, Chief Barrister Yesom Ezenwo Wike, CEO and GSS POS Africa, has been in the forefront of the national conversation, calling for restructuring. Was it not him who said something that made Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi, come out from the, whatever he's been sitting quietly, and he came out to say, hey, you're a governor. You cannot be talking like that now. And governor. So the point is, the governor has been in the forefront of conversations, and he said, President, listen to the people of the South, or else the nation might be on fire, something of that nature. And I want to think that he has the what do you call it now? He has the people's credible local government chairman now. Not at all, not at all. But we can change the narrative and bring in people who are indeed representing the grassroots. And that's what. So let's think now, Wealth, you and I. What do you think we can do? Because we've seen a situation where every time a state holds a local government election, the party ruling is the one that gives birth to all the local government chairmen. So if River State had 40 local governments, for instance, PDP would be believed to have won all the local local government elections in the state. If APC were the ones in government house, it will also still be believed that APC would win all the local government elections. So how do we change the narrative? How do we
I think it starts first of all with both politicians and the people understanding that it is in their own prerogative and choice. It's within that sphere for them to decide who, represents them on our government, right? Now, when the people have that thinking, when the people appreciate that thinking, it will be easy for them to decide from the fleet or the number of persons who want to contest or who are vying for that position, for them to vote in people they feel would be able to express and understand their plight and create meaningful solutions to such, right? Now, it wouldn't be a situation where people posit themselves because somebody somewhere thinks that they are loyal. It wouldn't be a situation where people do not have a say as to what goes on or what happens during the elections of the local government chairman. I think the most serious, that people should even take even more seriously is the local government chairman. I mean, if not, we wouldn't be having reports and calls of people telling you that after the elections, local government chairmen are unreachable. They don't stay in the local government.
They don't jackpot. They don't jackpot.
They've done little or nothing during, the time frame in which they're in office. We wouldn't see all of those complaints.
So a lot of them staying in Obiakpor and Falga, while some of them, they are local governments, don't have power supply, don't have water supply,
undeveloped,
don't have good roads. So you see, they don't jackpot. Yes. I mean, think about it.
And I think again, if we have a situation where the government does not dictate what local government gets, a preferential treatment in terms of funds and finances, then we would have them, work by themselves and become accountable for whatever monies from the federal allocation that trickles down to them.
So how do we select now? Because here, if the governor of Rivers State calls himself he's being known as Mr. Project. And I mean, it's evident the flyovers, the road constructions, somebody, once jokes that Rivers State is currently a construction site. And it's a good one, But construction and projects are not just, road maintenance and road creation and all of that. It also means, developmental strides through policy making and all of that stuff. And this one will be one major project if he's able to do it, where he allows a level of authority or a level of control by the local government chairman in terms of, giving freedom and chance for anyone and everyone to compete. I don't know if you get what I'm not saying. I'm not saying he selects like it's the narrative all over Nigeria. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that there is a free, fair election come next year, first quarter. And I'm thinking, how does he do that? How can he achieve that? Because if he wants to do that, then he will be remembered for so long a time. Because it will also give, birth to the thing that we've all been clamoring for, which is the decentralization of development in Rivers State. It will mean that people who want to work, for instance, Asari Toro local government area, where I come from, people who want to work will be allowed to do what they want to do. In Degema, for instance, people who want to do what they want to do, who want to develop those regions, because how, these regions are very unique and peculiar places, because it's not like the upland region. A majority of the places are, sandfield, waterlogged. So you want to look at people who want to bring development, health, schools, just trickle down the development there so that people can, my dad once joked, he wouldn't mind staying in the village and coming all the way to Port Harcourt City. So, we want to see these things happening so we can decongest Port Harcourt, we can decentralize the development in Port Harcourt. But yet again, we need strong hands, people who are willing to work, people who know what the people need. But then how do we select these people? It comes back to that very question. And it looks like we're writing a thesis on radio.
No, I think it comes back to the people being able to identify.
I think the people know who they want.
Away from political parties.
I think they know who they want.
Political affiliations and all of that. Being able to identify somebody who has an embodiment, right, of, the solution that they need. Right? That's what they need. They need somebody who is not just flagging off a political party, right? And voting because they too belong to that political party. They need someone who, with or without their political association, has the right thinking towards the grassroots.
All right. I'm thinking in my head now. How do we select these people? How do we select this? Have you noticed that people are less concerned or indifferent about local government elections? I mean, people don't even come out. People don't even know the candidates. If I ask you now, who is your local government chairman? Wealth Wilson, political analyst, Today 95.1 FM. Would you be able to tell me? If I ask you, would you be able to tell me your local government chairman's name?
Yeah, of course.
What's his name?
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel what?
Akpan.
Are you sure you didn't make that up?
No, I did
because
not.
I'm not from that local government.
No, I did not. You could go look it up.
She tried. I don't know mine. I know her name. I know. Sorry, I know she's a woman.
But do you want me to tell you something also heartbreaking?
Yeah, you tell me.
He doesn't come to my local government.
Where does he stay?
He stays in New York.
Okay. All right. So these are the issues. But I'm going to open the phone lines now. Rivers State government released some 2.7 billion naira for local government elections, in the first quarter of 2021. And I don't want it to be the usual. I want you all listening who are from different local governments, to make sure that when that time comes, you move en masse to your various local government and vote. That's number one. But, like we would always say, elections in Nigeria has gone beyond just voting. How do we make sure that the system, the process is sincere, the process is fair, the process is, we need people who, anyways. How funny it is where, anyway, let's leave that. Let's open the phone lines. Because there's many things I want to say, but okay. 0817 000 0951 and 0810-951-0951. Text messages to the number 0701-933-9962. Local government elections are coming up, and until the elections finally come and we vote and everything is done, I think we'll be raising it up on the show once in a while to just remind you of the necessity of going out there to actually cast your vote. But how do we get it right? How do we change the narrative? How do we make sure that the right people are selected, the people who know what the various local governments want? Not someone who stays in Port Harcourt, not someone like me who stays in Obiapo. No. 0817 000 and 0810-951-0951. Text messages to the number 0701 933 9962. Let's find out who we've got here. 95.1 FM, what's your name? Right?
We don't do because they say they bidding, but the former governor was there. He didn't do until when he wanted to leave. Okay. According to him, the money that it requires is too much, and we don't have that kind of money.
Okay. Really?
So the people who are there are caretaker committees. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. He appointed caretaker for a long time. When he wanted to leave, I think I don't know. That's when he did those. I can't even remember what I did.
All right, move on. How do we get it right so we don't have issues like that happen? How do we get it right?
Seriously, we have to remove the local government election from the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. That is the first thing you have to do.
Now, take a pause now. That will require constitutional amendment. But right now that it is under the control of the state government, how do we handle this issue? And I mean,
it's difficult. It will depend on the person who, like, if you take Kaduna State Governor for instance, it does not interfere with local government. That's why even when they did the election, you won't believe it. Other political parties won local government election in Kaduna State.
All right.
It does not touch their money. So it will take, for now, you understand, this is a constitutional matter. It will take the person that is there, you understand, if he is disciplined. Lagos State, the other political parties win elections there in Lagos State, in local government in Lagos State. I can tell you about these two states. I don't know about any other state. You understand? So it's difficult because, like, for instance, even when federal government is trying to get, you understand, the control of the local government revenue out of the state government, and the state governors are still not wanting that to happen. So they have kept the local government as a part of them, as an appendage, you understand, and then continue to control them. So look at it now. When the election, they go into this election now, it will be all 23 PDP.
Could the people come out and make Could the people come out and make
people
a statement?
Don't come out to vote.
No. Can the people now come out? Because when you mention Kaduna and Lagos, I'm thinking in my head, these people probably are politically aware, and their political awareness reflects in what happens during the local government elections.
No, see, if the Kaduna State governor wants to control the local government, no other party will win. It's as simple as that.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's as simple as that. So for me, it is for all the governors to remove their hand completely from local government finance and from controlling local government. That's the only way.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much there. Let's move on. Let's go to all the callers. Missed that on the call. What is your say? How do we get it right? We have less than 4 months or 3-4 months thereabout, to go in for the local government elections in Rivers State. How do we get it right so that we can change the narrative and we can begin to build the state from the local government? Local government. Emphasis on local government. All right.
Hello?
Yes. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
What's your name?
My name is Harry. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Harry from Port Harcourt. Harry, welcome.
Okay. First of all, I want to talk about local government elections. But you made a statement once. You said we need people who are representing the grassroots. Now, I don't think I agree with that.
All right.
Because this is the thing.
Correct me.
Over time, we've seen that people that represent the grassroots, actually, once they get there, they are hungry. They are coming from the grassroots. Once they get there, they will think about themselves and feed themselves first.
All right.
So what I think we need right now, people who have the interest of the people at heart and want to.
And that's representative people.
We're not looking at it from the literal meaning, rather. I mean, people who represent the
like
grassroots
people who know
in terms
what
of
the grassroots
interest,
want,
desire, and provide solutions to their problems. That's what we meant when we said that.
See, even the poor wants to provide solution, but it takes a lot to actually handle that. I'm not a prophet of doom, but with what we have on ground right now, trust me, we're still going to have the same situation, especially in Rivers.
Don't you think that if we had someone,
I don't think so.
Someone the people can actually touch, someone the people can actually hold accountable, someone the people know, he's part of us, he's our person. You think there will be no change?
Not with the system right now. If you have a faulty system, you're still going to have the same result. Right. This particular system we have right now is faulty.
All right.
Let's face reality.
So you're saying with the system we have, there is nothing we can do?
There's nothing we can do. Nothing.
All right, then. That's sad. That's a sad reality.
We've gotten to the point where, as you mentioned, a lot of persons start off with showing you interest as to what they would do for you when they get into office. That's why you're able as a person and as a people to decipher between who is really interested in your problems and creating solutions. You would see it from the way they've acted before now. You would see it by the way they've been active.
Of course, you would.
You would see a lot of this sign.
A good example in Rivers State is the governor. He started as the Obiakpo local government chairman, and he was very hungry to to read.
How vocal they are to draw attention.
He was very hungry to read Obiakpo of certain irregularities at the time, and you see him. He was there. He made it happen. He grew in the ranks, and now he's governor. And who knows where he's going to end up next? What political office I mean. So I think you would see from the desire of people, and by the way, you can see that if the governor is going about on road construction projects, you can imagine what he was doing at the time, even with the little that he had. So there's a possibility that you would know the person who is hungry and who's ready to bring that breeze
and somebody
of
who is just fronting, and in the end of the day,
like
they change.
Canada will just front and just eat your money and take off, man. Take off. 95.1 FM.
Kalam, my man. Good day.
Good day to you.
Yeah, Johnson calling back.
All right, Johnson, welcome.
Removing the state and neck and not be the solution. I would have advocated for electronic voting so that everyone will vote from his home. But I'm afraid somehow because America is still shaking whom you want to copy. But however it is, they have not been wearing jeans produced by America. Let's try it and see how the jeans will fit us.
and see how it goes now.
So you're saying River State government use electronic voting since this one is not affected by INEC and National Assembly. Is that what you're saying?
It can't, because America is in trouble now. Are they not voting electronically?
But they're not in trouble.
But
I think Donald Trump was just trying to make trouble.
Yeah, but let's manage it now, because even electronically, it's now manageable. If America is now shaking.
I'm trying to correct you. America is not shaking. Like I said, Donald Trump was just not ready to concede defeat.
It can happen as well in River State or in Nigeria when we start that electronic voting.
Okay.
That still happen.
Okay.
Yes. Thank
All
you.
right. Then. Thank you very much for calling in. All right. 95.1 FM. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Good afternoon. This is Mr. Moses calling from.
All right, Mr. Moses. Welcome.
Respect to the government. I look at the question. They have contender. They don't have any contender. Don't have any person to contest with. At the end of the day, the 23 local government is taking over by. So I look at it.
No, see, it's not a bad thing if the 23 local governments are taken by one party. It's not a bad thing as long as the 23 local governments
reflect the choice of the people.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, okay.
I don't have. It's just a waste of money to me, because the opposition party are no opposition party are serious to contest.
All right then. Okay, he has a point. Opposition parties. How serious are they? That's another thing. I think we're yet to see any political party, put the current the ruling political party in the state on our toes. We're not seeing that happen. We're seeing, everybody just allowing the ruling political party to just coast through. And no. I mean, when last did you hear any other political party come out and say, "Hey, Governor Wike, this, no, that policy, that, no"? We just hear, the governor come out, makes a statement, nobody reacts, nobody, apart from Welt and Canada, by the way.
Okay.
All right. So, back to the phone lines now. Let's take this one. 95.1 FM.
Hello?
Yes,
Good
afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Grandpa on the line.
You're welcome, Grandpa.
I want to say that a journey of 1 kilometer starts with a step.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the first step is removal of godfatherism or modernism, installation or picking or nominating those who will run the election. That's the primary.
Okay.
Let every person try the desire, aspire. And if he fails, then the other person takes over. In any competition, there must be a winner.
All right.
If we start from that, the politicians remove their hand and allow people to freely come up and then contest and then win the primary first.
All right.
Then all other parties will take suit, and then it will be a competition really.
All right.
And again, the mention of the independent the electoral commission here, and say that the commission says they are going to follow what is in the constitution. Have they defended their budget? Are they the ones that propose their budget? These are the things that is done in the national if it is constitutional. So, but I want to say as well that when people contest, allow people to vote. Don't go and say this one must be there. If not this one cannot be there. This absolute loyalty, you must be absolutely loyal to me. If you are not absolutely loyal to me, you cannot be in anywhere. That is why Nigerian politics is like this today. See America. Somebody appointed foremost the other day is just a high position. People are resigning. There's no person resigns in Nigeria because you are there for a personal purpose. And before you become a chairman, they will try and check how much you have in your account.
Okay.
Your godfather will come to this house to be politician. So the problem is lies within the politicians themselves and the hierarchy. If they can come and remove this godfather and godmother and allow people to compete, and then people who want to vote will vote naturally, not looking on any party or any person, because all parties are one. I said it before. They are only what they call supermarkets. What you don't have, get in this one. You go there and get it. That is what they are. So everybody should vote for whoever they want to vote, and let there be that competition, so that people will not ask. And the autonomous local government will not proceed.
All right then.
It has no autonomy. That is the resource control. It has no autonomy.
All right, thank you very much.
It has no autonomy.
Thank you very much. Grandpa just raised a nice point there. Grandpa said that the people in the people that constitute the State Independent Electoral Commission, the people should work honorably and be noble about the discharge of their duties, or in the discharge of their duties. And I'm thinking he might have a good point, because imagine if Canada is appointed by the governor, I will be thinking of my name first before I want to think of my relationship with the governor, and so my name will be would mean that I would not want to involve in any corruption or anything that would tarnish my image. So maybe the ball, the responsibility, the onus falls on the people who constitute the State Independent Electoral Commission. And I'm hoping that they can do this for us, for Rivers people, Rivers people.
I mean, that has been the cry of pretty much everyone. Everyone has been looking forward to the day when we no longer have to think about elections and think about manipulations coming from either the commission or godfathers or political statesmen who deserve or who think that their voice deserves to be, superior over the voice of the people.
All right. A quarter of the hour left on the clock. And if you're tired of your local government chairman Jack Pine, and I had to put that in English, Jack Pine, or you don't like the fact that in the last tenure they jackpot to other local governments. Some of them were not even in the state. They jackpot to other states, and you're tired of Jack Pine. Say no to Jackpa. So let's
read some text messages and WhatsApp messages.
You're trying to Jackpa.
All right. This one says, you mean local elections or selection? These are the flaws in our constitution. What is the independence in this? Okay. See why. This one says, to change election narrative on which party sweeps the entire polls depend the day INEC itself will conduct local government elections across board. As it is today, it will always be the government in power that takes it all. That's coming from OBO Okoji in Onelga. Moving on from his, this one is coming from Ernest in Woji. Says, I am allegedly that the governor has already...
I am alleging, I guess he meant to say.
No. Okay. I am alleging that the governor has already selected people who will run the local government. So people who are planning to vote should jackpot.
Yeah, jackpot.
You caused this.
I didn't. It's what I mean. It's the team for the day.
All right, Ernest. Ernest still goes on to say it is only people who will help the governor in 2023. Really? Well, thank God you're alleging that will win it. And about who will succeed him in 2023, spending 2 billion naira on election is a disgrace. Imagine it was Nigerian election, then it would have been the whole 2020 budget. You see why governor should not control everything. Still from Ernest. And moving on, says Kalada no need to waste 2.7 billion of taxpayers' money in Rivers State. Once the PDP primaries are concluded, they should be sworn in because no other party will win.
All right then. All right.
This one
funny.
is a personal message. This one says, "I don't
for
see."
For you or for me?
It's for you.
Are they sending you love letters?
It's
already?
for you, Kalada.
What are they saying? I'm the man of the people.
Oh, I should read this out?
I'm the man of the people. Okay. Wait. You want to read it out?
I'm about to.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear. Go ahead. I'm the man of the... I have nothing to hide.
Okay. Says Kalada. I think you should read this yourself anyway.
I hope he's not the one who's pregnant. I'm just joking. Let me see that one.
Let me quickly finish with all of them and then you have your moment. This one says, I don't see... This one says, I don't see any reason why such budget should be set aside for local government elections when 5 Naira pen used to write the names of chairmen and councillors by governor and his agents.
Someone says pen is 20 naira.
Okay, 15 naira. Okay, 20 naira. All right, this one says Kalada.
Yeah.
River State local government election is not election. It's what we've seen. So no need for people to be... No need as a people. We are not interested Okay, he says the governor should go ahead to appoint his loyalist. Okay, this one says still governors allow local government autonomy to prevail. That is when we will see development from the local government. Kelly in PH. Another text message from AZ says local government is a grassroots government. Therefore, elections into the local government council should be option A4Q behind the candidate of your choice. Unfortunately, it is not obtainable in Nigeria. Number two, the Constitution lacks so many ingredients of federal system of government, and that's why governance is difficult. The Constitution should be amended to clearly define the powers of the federal, state, and local government.
Right.
This one says it is going to be business as usual because it will be selection instead of election. And that's coming from Nnodim Christopher.
Dean Christopher. All right, let's pause here. I want to ask a question. Something from everybody now say, oh, selection. Hey, selection. Nothing will change. The same narrative. What can the media do? What can we do, you and I? I mean, do you think touchlighting the various polling centers or polling units in the various local governments will help? I mean, if 5 big radio stations and TV stations have their cameras and their recorders, just like we did during the 2019 elections, and of course we were able to tell what was happening in Abonima all the way from Aristown. I mean, it was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dolphin Londegree, again, James Bond, all of them using the assorted rifles and shooting and all of that. But then again, do you think the media out there will solve this problem?
Oh, well, as you've mentioned, the media can only just go to the polling units and make sure. I think the bulk of the issue here is with sensitization. The change that we're looking for is with that sensitization, whether from the media or from individuals who are just interested in a shift of narrative. That's it.
All right, back to the phone lines. Let's find out who we have here.
Hello, Canada.
Canada, not Canada. Canada.
Okay, yeah, good afternoon. My name is Jonas.
All right, welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, looking at the local government election. I remember when last Amechi held the local government 2015. There was a budget, I think 1.something billion. And then this present governor now was in opposition with one Nosike. They were criticizing him that the thing was overbloated. And then they were saying that the money is like they pour the recheck. You see? But today, now, look at how much is budgeting. And then
so your problem is the money budgeted, yeah?
Yes, and then he's looking at restructuring. Every day he cries about restructuring. He criticizes the federal government and, castigate the federal government. And look at the restructuring now. On this level, on the local government level, and he's not encouraging it. He's not encouraging. He's been saying that even the degree, this thing, that executive order number 10, that tend to make local government autonomous.
I think that's for judiciary and legislative arm of government.
Yeah, the judiciary and the local government, and then the state assembly. He is against it. He doesn't want them to be autonomous, so that he can always have his way. I mean, this is unbecoming of a governor. And he's shouting. I think what they know, the restructuring he's talking of is just to control the police and then resource control. That's all of them want. And it's very, very bad. They are not very good things here, honestly speaking.
All right, then. Thank you very much. All right, 95.1 FM. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Canada, may your son never resemble your landlord.
Why would my son want to reserve? I mean, I'm not even going to have a landlord in the first place. I'm going to be so rich. I'm going to have
your
land.
Your neighbor.
What's wrong with What's wrong with Prince Andy? What is wrong? But my neighbor could be wealth. So if my son resembles wealth, I mean, think about it.
How are you dragging me into
think
this
about
discussion? Prince Andy, please go on.
There's connection. You're talking. Now, go ahead.
And that is what I want you to avoid, because you are scared already for a woman being pregnant for you. So you're already scared. So,
all right, go ahead. Yeah,
be very careful.
Go ahead.
I'm not trusting Canada anymore.
Go ahead.
Canada, all of us are guilty of what we are saying.
Okay.
Canada, the Constitution has provided ways and manner we could hold either the local government chairman, the governor, House of Assembly, everybody accountable. But it's very unfortunate that all of us, including myself, if you give us more bread, we will just keep quiet. Okay. That is just a problem. If not, almost all the 23 local government, I can give you call names one after the other and tell you the point where they were about to impeach the chairman and the governor secretly came into the matter, and that matter was swept under the carpet. If not, the local government chairmen do not deserve. Mark today's date, majority of them will come back. I was thinking that since the governor has 100% influence on them, he would have gone round. Governor Wike is one man that is very proactive. I mean, he speaks with so much influence.
So are you saying the governor should continue to wield this influence on the local government chairman?
Because the people like us have nothing, little or nothing to even change within the local government system. Our vote will not count. Right. Nothing will happen. Even the media, even if the media shout from now to tomorrow, nothing will change. Right. So it is only the governor who will believe that these persons are their disciples who go around the 23 LGA to see for himself what they have done as to merit they are coming back. Right. Or probably the House of Assembly member will take it upon themselves as an oversight function. Go to the LGAs or call them. See, you need to see, not even inviting them to the House of Assembly. Go around and make sure you see that this person has done this, and for so reason, okay, let him go. Because it's only PDP. Like, no two ways about it. Let us be casual now. It is only PDP. And so the party chairman has been going and visiting them from house to house, saying one thing or the other. I mean, that is not the best way to go. Right. Invite all of them, even if we are undoing these people. But let us temper justice with mercy. What have you done? I mean, 3 years is not 3 days.
All right, then.
Taking 100 and something million in every month, and you cannot even account for one
Praise Andy, thank you.
I mean, it's terrible.
Thank you.
It's terrible. Let us put them on check and balance. As for us, we have nothing to do.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
I do not like the fact that you're sounding like, it is all lost already. I mean, the battle is lost. But let's keep hoping and keep praying. Let's read 1 2 text message and we call it rap so we can enjoy Jack Passing music. Or as a song, not as as a word to not as a word to run away, but as a song. You understand what I'm saying? Yo. Read the text message.
All right, this one says, hello, Wealth in Canada. I really don't see the use of conducting local government elections in this part of the world, particularly Rivers State. The state government should just bring out its list of loyal boys for the various local governments and swear them in and save us the stress.
All right,
you have an election where the ruling party will sweep the entire polls from chairman down to the councillors throughout the entire state and then do nothing during that tenure because they have no powers. All right, that's coming from Emmanuel. And on the SMS portal, we have quite a number of them. This one says Canada and Wealth. My name is Wealth. All right.
Wealth.
The only way forward is for INEC to conduct election, and that's coming from Camry Jaja. Wealth and Canada, you guys know it is a near impossible thing for the state governor to allow LGAs to be free and fair. That's the LG election, I think, and without opposition parties to compete with him. And as you said, I think we'll just take only 2 or 3 of those, and then we're done.
We're done, actually. Well, it's good having you on the show. Canada, it's good having you on the show as well. All right. So we are going to say our goodbyes now. We're signing out. You stay tuned. Enjoy the music from Faithful.
And please don't jackpot from this station. Just stay tuned.
Run away, and the way the things they go, everybody want to run away. If we are run off away, now who go there to build the home? If we are run off away, now who go there to build the home? I just want to jackpot. Say we all just want to jackpot. The country just want to jump. Run away.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
What a goal! Hangs it up for Ronaldo. Oh,
settled. Experience the glorious goals rush. The heated verbal jabs and even moments of madness. Experience the sensational swings, strokes and shots. The moments of victory and despair. Experience lights out on a majestic night in Singapore and a whole lot more.
On your premium talk news and sports radio station.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Listen to Sports Attack every weekday from 7:30 a.m. and Today Sports Live after the news update at 3 p.m. Stay tuned on Saturdays and Sundays for a bumper edition of Today Sports Live from 1 to 6 p.m. Experience sports in its entirety on your premium talk news and sports radio station. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
My name is Gianni Infantino, FIFA president. For the best of sports, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Hello, my name is Kanu Wanko, aka Papilo. For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
A very good afternoon to you all out there. Welcome to the Niger Football edition of Today's Sports Live, reaching you from the studios for premium news talk and sports radio station. Today, 95.1 FM right here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt. The Mecca Dena is my name, the Dogu One of Sports, and the Superman Wisdom Obina is also in the building for this one. Superman, good afternoon to you, and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon to you, Emeka. Good afternoon to you listening. It's always a pleasure to be here. I said yesterday that if you join the program today, you'll be in for a treat, really, because a lot of things going on in Nigeria. Some of them very funny, some exciting. But it's great to be here, Mecca. Good afternoon to you.
All right, and looking at the menu this afternoon, reports say the 2020/21 MPFL season scheduled to start on the 6th of December. That's just 5 days away. Yes, has been postponed till January. Yes, we understand the LMC are expected to make an announcement, an official announcement to that effect, very shortly. Where do we go from here? The fixtures were circulated all over the media. We read it here. Enyimba, we are supposed to play Abia Warriors, Rivers United versus Rangers and all that. We'll start from the beginning again. We'll go back to the drawing board there. Good news for MPFL players, as NFF have agreed to open camp for domestic players prior to the Super Eagles games. Of course, it's now a mandatory condition for Gennaro Raw. He has to watch league matches. On Sunday, he wasn't just to watch Plateau United against Simba, even though Plateau United lost there. So going forward, himself, Yobo, and his other assistants will be watching domestic games with the view of inviting players to camp prior to any Super Eagles competition. There will be a home-based camp open first. From there, players that did well will be selected to join their counterparts who will be coming from abroad. That's the good news for the home-based players. It looks like they are beginning to listen to the cry of Nigerians. Enyimba chairman Ayan Seago says his enemies are not happy with his achievement at the club, and they want him out by all means. We will be hearing from the NFF Executive Committee member who has been at the club for about 20 years. Amazing. But, you can't take it away from the man. Lots of achievements, lots of laurels with Enyimba since his reign as chairman of the club. We also have the tidbits. Don't forget today, we'll have the Champions League returning to your TV screen. Match day 5, we'll be looking ahead to those encounters as well. Now, let me also shock you that it's an abridged version of the show today, meaning we will have to be as fast as we can to compress all I've highlighted inside the bulletin this afternoon. The show is interactive, like you know, and we want to always be part of the discussion. All you need to do is to send us your messages via text or WhatsApp to the same number, 070-1933-9962. That's 070-1933-9962 for your text as well as your WhatsApp messages. On Twitter, you can reach us at TodayFM951 or at Emeka Dena. At Dena Emeka. At Dena Emeka is my handle. And Superman is here. His handle is at wisdom_OB. At wisdom_OB. O for orange, B for banana. Later, I'll be throwing the phone lines wide open for you to have your say. Don't go anywhere. The show will be right back after this timeout. All right, let's start with this good news coming the way of Super Falcons captain Asisat Oshola. We understand that she has been nominated for the 2020 UEFA Fans Team of the Year. The Barcelona lady star is among the 50-woman shortlisted for the award by UEFA. Oshola has scored twice in 6 league appearances for Barcelona already this season. The former Liverpool and Arsenal lady star scored 20 times in 19 league outings last season for Barcelona. A statement on the UEFA website read, and I quote, "The nominees are proposed by the UEFA editorial team before being validated by the technical observer panel on the basis of their performances in UEFA competitions and domestic competitions within UEFA member associations from January to December 2020. Of course, our very own. She always makes us proud. 4-time African Women Footballer of the Year. Now she's been nominated for the UEFA Women's Fan Team of the Year. What do you make of her nomination? Great achievement for her already.
Well, fine one. 20 goals in 19 league appearances is massive. Speaks volume of the player. Also, she and her team got to the semi-final of the Champions League. They were beaten by Wolfsburg, who went on to lose to Lyon in the final. Tells you a lot about her. I think
even last year they even played in the final, losing to Lyon.
Exactly. So Asisat Oshola is like a household name now in world football. Not just a thing of maybe Nigeria or even a particular league, in world football. And she's playing in one of the finest continent, if you ask me, them and the Americas when it comes to football. It's actually a good one. Yes, the records are just starting because she's still 26. There's still a lot she can actually do to even push her career a step further in the hearts of football fans.
All right, congratulations to her. And does she have a good chance of winning this one?
I think it will be hard.
Because you expect some more established female footballers in that list, the likes of Lucy Bronze, Ada Hegerberg, and all those big names, Wendy Renner and what have you, who even won the Champions League with Lyon. So it will be difficult. But of course, even getting to the list should be an achievement for Asisat Oshola. Let's move on and let you know that Enyimba chairman Felix Ayanseago, his side Enyimba won at the weekend in Burkina Faso against Rahimo, 1-0. That match was in the CAF Champions League first leg preliminary round out there in Burkina Faso. They won by 1-0. And the man says he's happy because that result has somehow put to shame his enemies, in quote, who have been ganging up against him. They want his downfall. They want the downfall of Enyimba so that he'll be removed from office and what have you. No, Ayanseago is not a happy man at all, in spite of the fact that Enyimba won impressively away from home.
There are a lot of things. We went through difficult moments to be here and honor this particular match. I know challenges that has been created here and there that has not really given this team room to really express themselves. So I'm very happy that God, who sees the heart of man, has really rewarded us, has really rewarded this team that is going through a lot of hardship, very difficult issues. Who wears the shoe, where he pinches.
All right, on Sunday, Victor Mboma scored the only goal as Enyimba beat Rahimo 1-0. Now, looking at Ayan Siago, he has been in charge of the team since 2001. 19 years down the line, Enyimba have won 8 league titles, 2 CAF Champions League crowns, 2 CAF Super Cups, and of course, 4 Federation Cups, amongst other minor titles here and there. Enyimba, by far, the most successful club in the country. However, Ayan Siago is bothered that people are still bent on destroying the legacy he has built at the club there.
It's a clear indication to all these people, they gang up here and there against this team. So that a team that is built, that is blessed to bring honor to the country is being brought down. It's quite unfair. The gang ups here and there to draw this team down, not to achieve their purpose, achieve to make Abia State proud. That's something that is bothering me. So that's why I'm extremely happy today, more than any other day, about this particular result.
All right, Ayan Siago. The result, of course, gave him some joy because he sort of rubbished all the plans of his detractors. They thought Enyimba would have failed. Now, here's it. Enyimba, we are supposed to travel on Friday. They played on Sunday. They were supposed to travel on Friday, get to Burkina Faso on time, acclimatize and all that, ahead of their match on Sunday. But they didn't travel on Friday. They instead traveled on Saturday and, of course, arrived Ouagadougou 30 minutes before the time they were supposed to train there. Now, the reason they couldn't travel on Friday, is that they couldn't get money from the state government, the sponsor of the team. According to Ayan Siago, lots of people are even going to the governor to tell the governor that the man is not doing well, that he should be sacked and what have you. There is so much bad blood in Umuahia, the state capital. People trying to paint him black before the governor, to the extent that funds are even being denied the team to ensure that they don't succeed. And at the end of the day, Ayan Siago will be pushed out of office. Of course, after all said and done, Enyimba arrived, sort of late, so to say, but they eventually got the result, and that's why Ayan Siago is complaining. And this is not the first time it's happening. If you recall, some years back, like 5 years ago or so, Enyimba won the ITO Cup in Lagos, and the man said he is no longer the chairman of Enyimba, he has resigned. A lot of people from high places had to even beg him on that occasion to eventually rescind that decision, and it doesn't look like the problem has been abated, Superman.
Well, most times here in Africa, we have come to associate a long term in office as a negative thing. But it's not exactly the same.
Not at
especially
all.
when
Not
it comes
at
to
all.
football.
Issa Hayatou was CAF president for 29 years.
That's even
from 1988 to 2017.
That's even CAF. You go to Europe, you go to some of these football clubs. They have long-standing presidents who have actually stayed there for a while. Some of them, depending on their constitution. As long as the club is succeeding, there is no big problem. Basically, look at Juan Laporta wants to even come back.
Exactly,
because he felt my time was
Perez is in his second term as Real Madrid president.
So I think we should.
He was president back then. I think in the 90s or early 2000s. Now he's still the president.
So people should consider some things. Prior to this time, Enyimba was a club they've been here since the 70s. But the sweetest time of Enyimba has been under Felix Ayan Siago. So if he's talking, he knows where he's talking from, and his results speak for him.
Definitely.
It's not like some presidents or some chairman of some federations in this country that we are crying for them to leave because we are not actually seeing what they are doing.
Exactly.
But this man has shown us he knows how to actually work with this team. Whether you want to talk about Odjus or Kalu, he was the man at the helm of affairs. And I'm sure
Odjus Kalu employed him
as
the chairman of the club.
Because he knew what this man could actually help him achieve his aim for the team. So I think that's where the detractors now in quote are coming from, or what they are not saying. But he said he who wears the shoes knows where it pinches. So we might not know
let's
the
put
full
this
story.
clearly here. I'm from Abia State. You're equally from Abia State.
Yeah.
Ayan Siago is from a region where Odjus Kalu himself is also equally from. You understand? In the Abia North region. The incumbent governor today, Okezie Ikpeazu, is from Abia South. At the end of the day, it looks like a political matter now. They are saying this man has been here for too long. Give it to our own person. At some point, they were even fronting Okechukwu, former Super Eagles defender, to be the chairman of Enyimba. It didn't happen then, and a lot of politicking, infighting, and somehow, you have to bother if you love this club, because if they continue like this, it will get to a point where it could start affecting results on the field of play.
Exactly. We cannot divulge politics from football. I mean, it's a huge part of football. But the truth is, we must clearly draw the line between what happens out there and what happens on the field of play. As you said, if it continues, it will rub off on Enyimba. That's how it happens here in this country, and it's not exactly supposed to be so. I think if it's something they are bothered about, you can probably work on your constitution and start elections.
No, the thing is this, if the governor feels he's no longer comfortable with Anyansiago, let him go, then bring someone else. Then after some time, we'll know whether it was the right decision in the first instance. I mean, I'm not against the man.
Emeka, you know why he can't bring in anybody now? Because this man's results speak for him.
Exactly. He just won the league. He's the reigning champion. Forget about Plateau United. Plateau United did not win the league last season. It was an aborted league. Enyimba is still the reigning champions.
Exactly.
They are playing the CAF Champions League. Of the 4 Nigerian teams on the continent over the weekend, they had the best results.
So you cannot easily
they have won the league 8 times. They have won the CAF Champions League twice. All under the watch of this man. So he has his results. Personally, I think the club is not where it is supposed to be. But one thing you can't take away from Anyansiago is that the man has been giving results there. Even in the most difficult circumstances, he gives the results.
You compare him with other Nigerian teams, because look at the moment. There was a time when Nigerian teams got to finals of the Champions League. That's early 2000s. We saw Dolphins, Heartland and the others. But as at this moment, at this time, we don't have exactly or parade those kind of quality that would go to the continent. And I mean, it's not consistency is lacking here. You score 5 goals or 10 goals, you're out of the league the next season. So I think Anyansiago has been able to do a little bit of good even at this time. They got to the semi-final of the CAF Confederations Cup.
Yeah, 2018.
Exactly. So if for you to take this man out, you need to bring in your strong reasons. And I know for sure that whoever they want to bring in or whatever they want to say now, people will be watching. If you take out Anyansiago, let's see who you're bringing in and let's see what that person is. Because the budget now for Enyimba, I don't think it's exactly the same with Ojis Okalu. Ojis Okalu really wanted this team to get everything done. So he pushed.
He gave them everything. He gave Enyimba everything. To make sure, that was why they succeeded.
Exactly. Even if we
today, Anyansiago is begging the government to even fund the club there. So some of these things, we are privileged to get information. The club, could go 2-3 years without paying match allowances of continental matches they played. They played Rahimo FC last year. They haven't been paid the extra code for the matches against Rahimo FC.
And it wasn't the same story with the former governor then. So, Emeka, it's just politics. People feel in this country, people take zoning very seriously. So you have done your own turn. Let us do our turn. But that's not how it should be.
It doesn't always work like that.
It shouldn't even be that way most times, especially when it comes to where we need technical input and what have you. We need your experience, on this particular
former
job.
Argentine FA president Julio Grondola, who is late now, he stayed there for over 30 years.
If you're getting
as
the
an
results,
FA president. We have Anjupinic now.
Yes.
No, he will be leaving office in 2022. That's 8 years in office.
If
he has the right to even go for a third term, Pinnick himself, if he wants. But he says he will not be going for a third term.
No, even if he decides to go.
stayed there for close to 30 years as CAF president.
If you're good at what you're doing, I don't see any reason why you should leave. I'm talking about this man now. You ever mentioned Issa Hayatu? Now, Hayatu, there were people who didn't like what he was doing. A lot of people were against because they felt this man was not actually developing African football the way it should be. But this man is getting results. How do you measure his results? How many league titles did you win? Did people qualify for the continent? In Nigeria, those are the parameters you look at. How did you perform on the continent?
Always qualifying for the continent. If they don't finish second, they will finish third. They will win the league.
Winning the league.
8 league titles.
So you cannot actually take out these pieces from the man's story of success. There is nothing you can do about it. You can't wash it away just because you're not pleased with his face. So I think that's what it is. If Genotro was doing well, Nigerians will
nobody
not
will call for his head.
Exactly.
Nobody will call for his head.
If Pinnick is doing well today, we want him to continue. As a matter of fact, we'll ask ourselves, who will come in next? Would you be able to do as Pinnick? It wouldn't be the people that would suggest, why not continue? Most times I just feel we don't know what we have. And maybe the people who are behind this one, let me not say the people of Aba, the people who are behind this one might just be on taking the wrong path. Because if this man leaves, and you bring in another person, number one is that the pressure on that man who comes in, whether it's Uche Kojo or anybody, it will be too much. Because you're now left with a big shoe to fill.
Exactly.
Now, would the players be also pleased with the
thing is this, that if Anyansiago is leaving, whoever is coming in needs his support because he understands the inner workings of the league and the continent. He has been there severally. You have to work closely with whoever is coming in. Otherwise, the person is bound to fail, so to say.
I think they can sit down and readjust maybe the way they should. Maybe if they want to stop doing appointments, they can tell us that they will stop it. Let us readjust. Let us vote.
No,
now.
The structure is still
it has to be
appointments. There's no election. So if they are not operating in the laid down standards.
If it has to be appointments, Emeka, then this will continue. People will continue trying to push his leg a little bit so he can just fall. It's actually bad that people will look at the failure of Enyimba or find a way for Enyimba to fail so Anyasiago can quit. It's not good for those who support this football club. It's not a good thing. We are doing it for the fans. I'm not sure the state government are making money from Enyimba. So it would be bad if people decide to focus on pushing down Enyimba so Anyasiago can leave. And it's not going to tell well for the club if we end up crashing out and maybe failing to one season we go down now, or maybe we get relegated, all in the name of the fact that some people want to punish a particular individual so they can get their person in at the expense of the club. It doesn't make sense.
All right, moving on, the Secretary General of the Nigeria Football Federation, Mohamed Sanusi, yesterday paid a visit to the camp of the under-20 national team, talking about the Flying Eagles, who are on the final leg of preparations for the WAFU B under-20 tournament. Now, Sanusi, who was in Benin Republic, where he was match commissioner for a CAF Confederation Cup match in Cotonou, as well as put finishing touches to the Flying Eagles accommodation